Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Kel's World. I'm obviously Kel. You can call me Kelsey as well. Um, where do I start? I'm not really camera savvy, so kind of bear with me as I get used to making these videos and posting them. Hopefully, as time goes on, I'll get a little better at it. Um, the doctors told me, people journal when things like this happen. And, I used to journal when I was younger. I have three journals from ages 11 up till like 20, 21. And I have another one that has just odd and end uh, passages. But because of my hand, you know, there's some deformity in it, and it's just kind of gotten worse. Not the deformity, but just the functioning of it. So I figured, you know what? Why not vlog? So that's what I'm doing. I'm vlogging. Um, I guess I'll try to put out a video, if not daily. With everything that's going to be going on, ideally I would love to put one out every day, but that's probably not gonna happen. But definitely maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Definitely with the to update and all that jazz. Um, so I guess where do I begin? Uh, my leg. They're cutting my leg off. I will be getting a prosthetic leg. So I guess to finish from there, I gotta start from the beginning. I was born with a very rare bone disorder called Maffucci syndrome. Maffucci what? Yes, Maffucci syndrome. Maffucci syndrome. And what that entails for me is I have microscopic holes in my bones. I have tumors in my bones. I also have cysts in the soft tissue of my trachea, and in rare cases, they can pop up in the soft tissue. If it wasn't already rare enough, there you go. My right side is also shorter than my left side. As I showed you, I had some deformity in my hand. I have some red birthmarks, they call hemangiomas. I have a big one going from here down. I've had over 30 different surgeries. The majority of those were where they would put me to sleep and they would laser the cysts out of my trachea. Been opened up twice on my chest. I've had 3 or 4 surgeries on my foot. I've had 3 on my arm, 1 on my hand. And that's just from birth up until now. So, with this most recent tumor, I had been telling them for the longest time, my foot hurts and it shouldn't be swelling like this. And on and off for 3, 4 years, I would use a cane. Some days I thought I could feel fine, and then other days I wasn't fine. And so, wasn't up until last year, shortly after I discovered I was pregnant, that they said, you have a tumor in your foot. No, I didn't, but that makes perfect sense with my history and with why it looked the way it looked. If you had seen it, and if you know me, and you had seen it, it looked like a ginormous potato on the side of my foot. So they couldn't operate. one doctor said, yeah, you can operate right now, and another one said, no, we'd rather wait till you have your baby. So we waited till I had baby Sebastian, who is now almost 7 months. And when they went in, the tumor had destroyed 5 of the 7 main bones, and with the other two remaining, it had damaged them. So basically what these tumors do is they're bone tumors. So as the tumor grows, the bone becomes the tumor, more or less, and it just destroys it. And so that's what happened. So they went in, they removed the tumor, they gutted it, if you will, and they put medical cement, they put hardware in there. There's also a bone fusion. It already, from the other surgeries, I already couldn't really move. It already kind of felt like a fusion, but now it really is fused, and I can't walk. I'm already uneven anyways because my right side is shorter than my left, but I can't even move my foot up and down. As I walk, it's like I move outward and back, kind of like this. And while I'm doing it, most of my weight is being put on my left, which in turn will mess up my hips. And I'm 30 years old and I don't want that. So before I even had the surgery, Dr. Schwartz, that's one of my doctors, had told me, Kelsey, if the tumor comes back, we'll have to amputate. Amputate. That became very, it felt very real, surreal, real, all of that. It felt it. And, he said, you probably would have a better life, honestly. And with my history, these tumors do come back. And so after I had this surgery, and it's been a few months, this was back in April when I had the surgery, and now here it is October of 2020. And I'm walking and I'm like, I thought I would be walking better, and I'm not. I'm walking worse, actually. The pain's not as bad because of the tumor's not there, but it's freaking painful. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's not a way to live, to be a single mother and not be able to take your children a walk around the block, not be able to go to places like the zoo, aquarium, and be able to stand up for long periods of time. I can't do it. Physically, at least I can't do it. And when the doctors told me, Kelsey, if you do this, you'll be able to do things like that, it gives me hope. Is it scary? Yeah, nobody wants to willingly remove a limb, whether it be a foot, leg, arm, hand. Nobody wants to do that willingly. But we always joke around, oh, if I could give you a better arm or a better leg, I would do it. Well, I can get a man-made one, I guess. And technology is kind of cool with what they can do nowadays. And so I thought and I contemplated, what should I do? Do I wait a year or do I go ahead and do it? So I talked it over with my family. I talked it over with the doctors. I met with people who were amputees, and I watched videos. I saw people who were similar to me, not necessarily with my same disorder, but couldn't walk, and then months to a year from now able to walk. And I said, that's what I want. And I know it's not going to be a walk in the park, and I know there's going to be days where I'm mad, days where I'm happy, and days where I'm content and at peace. But I know if I stick with it, ultimately this is the right decision for me. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared, This is a big deal. What it consists of is it's a 2.5 procedure, 2.5 hour procedure. And the quick part is them cutting. The longer part is for the other surgeon who is going to attach the nerves at the bottom. And what this helps do is and accomplish is they have what they call phantom pains. People say they still feel their toes and foot and leg and how it still hurts, and this is supposed to help decrease those. So we'll be doing that as well. Next Thursday, October 15th, is my procedure. And so I'm just kind of trying to prepare for it. I'm staying away from social media aside from the vlogging and allergies. Promise I don't have corona. And I hope, I guess some of the goal of this is to, a year from now, to be able to look back and see where I was, how I was feeling, and how I was walking, and say, wow, I've come a long way and it was worth it. Also, finding a little bit of myself along the way. This hasn't been an easy year at all, and I'm sure it hasn't been for most of y'all either. This has been a real shitty year, to say the least. But also maybe somebody will stumble across the video and say, this helped me, or this will help me, or maybe they're going through the same thing, an elective amputation or whatnot. Even if it's not that, maybe it'll bring some kind of hope to somebody. And I'm no guru by any means, but if I can help one person along the way, then why not? So that's just a little bit about what's going to be going on. And of course, as the days go on, weeks, months, years go on, I'll explain more along the way. I figured I would just do this one video prior to everything, just to kind of say, hey, hello, welcome, and let's do this. And you're more than welcome to follow me on this journey with me.